Hey everyone and welcome to the club. Today I'll be showing you how to draw the brain of Cthulhu from Terraria. Let's get started in the middle with the base of the brain. So we're going to start with a curve from left to right, going up and then down. We're going to take these 2 points and just curve down towards the center point. Starting from the left, curve down and in. We'll do the same thing on the right. Now we're going to take these 2 points on the end, just curve around towards the top. Starting on the left side, we're going to go around. It's almost like a sideways oval. Around to the right side and then back in. Now we're going to draw in the spine. Starting from the left side, we're going to curve around. Going out towards the left and back in. We'll go towards the right and then we'll pull that in. Now we're going to take those 2 points and connect it with a half circle. Coming down and then back up. Now we're going to layer the spine in behind. Starting from that point here, we're going to curve down and out towards the left and on the right. We'll connect those 2 points again with a curve coming down the middle and back up. We're going to step in and draw 2 more curves. Another one coming down on either side. And then we're going to connect those with a curve along the bottom. Let's finish this off at the bottom here with 2 more curves coming in. Now we're going to pull these in towards the center point. Coming down towards the middle. Same thing on the right. Now we're going to be opening up the brain to expose the heart in the center here. So we're going to start on the sides of this curve. I'm just going to curving out toward the left and then the right. And then I want to start adding in the teeth. So I'm going to start on the left side here. I'm going to curve up and in towards the middle. I'm going to curve that back out. So we're going to start to taper this back out to right about there. Now I'm going to connect those 2 points with a curve for the socket. Now to show that the tooth is actually inside the brain, I'm going to start on the bottom here and just hook around. It's almost like a little bracket on the top and bottom. Let's do the same thing on the right side. Starting from here, we're going to curve up and in. I'm going to pull this back to the base of the tooth. And now we're going to connect those 2 points with a curve. And then again, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do a little bracket on either end. Let's continue up the sides. We're going to go on the left side here. On this point here, right where the tooth meets the little bracket, we're going to curve in and then back out. We're going to add another tooth. Starting here, curve in. Then we're going to taper that back. And then again, connecting those 2 points with the socket. And then on the ends, we're just going to curve around the base of the tooth. We'll do the same thing over here. Starting from the base here, curving around. Draw that second tooth going up. Pull that back down towards the base. And we're going to connect those 2 points with a curve. Now again, we're just going to continue making these little brackets on the end of the tooth. Now from here, we want to start to turn the inside going up towards the center. So we're going to start back on the left side here. We're going to go straight up with a curve. And we're going to angle the tooth down. Curving down and in. And taper that back up. And then again, connecting those 2 points with a curve. Draw the little brackets around the end. Do the same thing over here. Starting right here, we're going to curve up. We're going to angle the tooth down and in. And taper that back. And then close off the socket. We'll just draw those little brackets on the end. Now we're going to start coming in again. So coming in towards the center. So on the left side here, we're going to curve upwards and in. Now from here, I want to turn the tooth in the opposite direction. From here, I'm going to curve down towards the right. We'll pull that back up. Again, connecting those 2 lines with a curve. Drawing that little bracket on either side. We'll do the same thing over here. So right here we're going to curve up and in. We're going to turn the tooth this way. So curving around. Pull that back up. Then close off the end. And then again, just drawing the little brackets on the top. Now we're going to close off the top here, so we're going to curve in towards the center, but on this side we're going to draw 1 tiny tooth here. So right up here we're just going to draw a little curve going across, draw a little tooth, but we're going to go in the opposite direction again. We're going to curve down, pull that back up for a really small tooth, close off the end. Now on this side we're just going to draw the little bracket. On the right side we're going to curve in towards the middle and then around. Coming up the middle, just curving that around like this. On this side, we're not going to do another tooth. We're just going to go in towards the middle and then just pull that back around on the right side. Now on the outside of the brain, we just want to draw a series of overlapping curves that come all the way around and then back in towards the spine. So we're going to start up here, we're going to step back and draw a curve. So there's a little overlap going across like that. We're going to overlap that line going out and then back down. Now you can see I'm going to go a little bit wider along the base and then just pull this back in this way. Right here I want to overlap that line with a curve like that. We're going to step back up, draw a big curve going out, back in, and draw another overlapping curve right here, curve in, going back up here, we're going to curve around. Now we're starting to turn back in towards the spine. We're going to overlap this, drawing a curve across, that. Now we're going to pull this in behind the spine, right in between here. So doing an overlap, curve that back in like that. Let's do the same thing on the right side. So right here we're going to step in, drawing a curve around that tooth, and then down. We're going to step back, drawing a big curve out, and down. We go back up here, curving out, and down toward the side. Now I want to make sure that I'm balancing this out, so I want to go quite wide on this side here. We're going to overlap this, curving out, and then down. We're going to go back in, curving around. We're going to step back up and just let this overlap this line, curving around this way. And again, I just want to bring this all the way back in towards the spine here. I'm going to overlap, curve, cross. Now I want to make it back in here, so I'm going to start my pen here, curve down, and just pull this in behind that curve. I want to add a few more wrinkles inside the brain. So I'm going to start on the left side, right around here. I'm going to start with a curve, it goes around like this. I'm going to go down on the side, and curve up, and I'll do the opposite direction. From the bottom, go down. Do the same thing over here. Drawing a curve, stepping down from the top, curving up, stepping down here, and then curving down. Around the edge of the teeth, I'm just going to add an extra wrinkle. So right up here, just draw a little curve there. Do one on the right side. I'll add one down on the second row of teeth here. Now we're going to go in the inside and draw in the heart. Now there's an eye just on the right side of center. So we're going to start with the top of the eye first. Starting from the center, we're going to go up and then down. I'm going to leave a little overlap on the end. So I'm going to start on the left side, going up, curving down towards the bottom, and just tuck that in underneath the eyelid. We're going to draw a circle in the middle, starting from the top, coming around towards the bottom, then back up. So this is the iris. We're going to draw a little highlight circle at the top left. So circle up here. Now in the middle of the iris, I want to draw the pupil. So underneath the highlight, we're just going to circle around, pull that back in. We'll color the pupil in black. Just above the eye, I just want to draw a little eyelid. So just drawing a little curve that goes across the top like that. And on the bottom, we're just going to draw a little short curve going in the opposite direction. Now just above the eye, right in the middle, we're going to draw a little socket for the artery. A little curve that goes across like that. I'm going to bend the artery up towards the right. Starting from the left side, I'm going to curve up. Now I'm going to taper this up so it gets a little bit narrower as we come up towards the top. Now we're going to draw on the right side of the heart. We're going to start up here, right behind this artery, curving around the eye, in behind the tooth. Go around in behind the tooth here. And we're going to pull this in just underneath the eye. We're going to step back here. We're going to come down towards the bottom of the heart. So stepping back, curve in behind that tooth. Now I want to curve around the bottom and then back up. Go down and then back up. We're going to overlap, so stepping down here, curve in behind this tooth. We're going to continue this curve all the way around the left side. And then we'll go up to right about here. We're going to do an overlapping curve that goes up and then in behind the artery. So starting down here, we'll curve up behind the tooth, up on the left side. I want to make my way up behind this artery, sort of lining up with the right side like that. I'm going to add a couple more veins coming in from the outside. So right here, I'm just going to draw a curve going in behind the heart, drawing that twice. So in the open gaps, I'm just going to draw these little curves. So we're going to go in the opposite direction, down here. At the base is this large vein coming down. So on the left side, we'll curve down towards the middle, step over, and curve down towards the center as well. On this side, I'm going to draw another vein, curving up, draw that twice. Maybe add one more in here. So curving down 2 lines. We'll add the next one up here, going up in towards the brain, like like that. Now with the base down here, I'm going to draw a little curve. So from this point on the side of the spine, I'm going to curve up and underneath the brain. Do the same thing on the right side. I'm going to add the little veins that come down the side here. So starting in the middle on the left side, curve out, coming in, and then we'll just flare this out. I'm going to go back up to the top and just taper towards this point. So we're going to start off thick, and then just taper it towards the bottom. Do another one over here. I'm going to go out, towards the left, and just flare this out towards the right. Step up, and again, just tracing this back to a point on the end. We're going to add a second set on the back here. Here we're going to curve out, go down, and then just swirl this up. Starting from this tip, we're just going to get a little bit wider as we come back in behind the brain. Curving like that. Add one more over here. We're going to start by going out, down, and then we'll swirl this up. Starting from the tip, curve this back, getting a little bit wider as we come back and tuck that in behind the front vein. And that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's the brain of Cthulhu from Terraria. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Make sure you subscribe and send us your requests in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.